Good evening and welcome to FIBA basketball. We are here in Hong Kong, China, where Hong Kong, China will be taking on the Philippines. It is game day 1, Group B action of the Asia Cup qualifiers.
Group B match between the Philippines and Hong Kong, China.
Hong Kong playing at home, trying to get back into an Asia Cup Championships. The last time they were there was back in 2015. And of course, the Philippines may be, well, there you see it, the crowd favorite, possibly, also playing in but they're playing in Hong Kong. They finished second back in 2015. And here you see Group B action. Chinese Taipei going against New Zealand now. Coming up shortly, Hong Kong, China against the Philippines. And then on the 25th, New Zealand against Hong Kong, China, and the Philippines will take on Chinese Taipei. And first, you see the rankings, the FIBA World Rankings presented by Nike. New Zealand 21st, Philippines 38, Hong Kong, China 78, and Chinese Taipei 119. As we have the visiting team, the Philippines. There you see the love for, well, Papa Dwight, I guess the fans call him. Might also know him as Dwight Ramos. He's definitely going to have to be a leader, number 24 for the Philippines. One of their star players at last year's FIBA Basketball World Cup. Averaged around 13 points a game, almost 6 rebounds. And now, like I mentioned, Hong Kong, China, they want to get back at an Asia Cup Championships. Their last visit back in 2015. And this is where it all starts, in those windows. Obviously, a win here today would really give them a leg up on the competition. But it's also an opportunity for some of these younger players to come out and show the coach what they're capable of doing and that they can compete. So you see Duncan Reed there, number 33, at this level. And also a big commitment from the players wanting to represent their country, as all of these players do play professionally right now. It is a pause in the professional competitions throughout Asia, Europe, the Americas. Well, we will take a quick pause for the playings of the national anthems. First up, we have the national anthem of the Philippines.
First, we start with the national anthem of Philippines. Please remain standing for the national anthem of the People's Republic of China. 請大家繼續靜立。現在播放中華人民共和國國歌《義勇軍進行曲》。
Please be seated.
Well, welcome back.
Players, please shake hands before the game.
Now we'll have the exchange of mementos and gifts, as might have more Filipino fans in the stands than Hong Kong, even though this game is in Hong Kong tonight. As we know, and we saw last year at the World Cup, how important basketball is to them. And the third team on the floor tonight are going to be the referees, as we see them there in the middle. Scott Becker from Australia, Natapong Juntapa from Thailand, and Ruben Woolcock will be calling tonight's game, also from Australia. And I mentioned it, Philippines actually hosted the last World Cup, and they had an attendance record in their first game of the World Cup, which happened last year. Finished in September of 2023. And there's a few names that you will recognize if you are a Gilas Filipinas basketball fan. Obviously, Scotty Thompson was there. Kay Soto was there, along with, I mentioned him quickly in warm-ups, Dwight Ramos. Probably their best player at that tournament, as we see Scotty Thompson will be starting along with Kay Soto, Calvin Oftana, Dwight Ramos, and Justin Brownlee for the Philippines. So a good start by them, and you know, some of their more veteran players in the starting lineup. And what I mean by veteran, you know, they were there, they've participated at Asia Cups as well as World Cups. This Philippines team were actually there in 2023 as well as 2019. And Nenad Vucinic, head coach of the Philippines, he took over after the World Cup, and he will be in charge, hopefully helping them qualify for the FIBA Asia Cup. And now for Hong Kong, China, we have Luang, Ricky Yang, Oliver Shu, and Duncan Reed, along with Zhao Ling Tak in the starting lineup. And I mentioned it, they haven't participated in an Asia Cup since 2015. Before that, they had a nice little run of finishing in Asia Cups. And that is not the correct coach. The head coach for Hong Kong, China, sorry about that, is Chu Wing Luang, is in charge of trying to get this team back at the international stage. And the beauty about this new FIBA window system is you can evaluate your players, and you also have an opportunity to be with your players and national teams to progress and try and get on the world stage, Asia Cups, World Championships, and obviously the Olympics. But the first thing is, there you go. So there we have the head coach. And like I mentioned, head coach Chi Wing Luang for Hong Kong, China. As the coaches now, some last minute advice, instructions, as we see the TISO countdown clock, just under a minute here in Hong Kong, China, where we know those Filipinos, they love to watch basketball, and they have come out tonight to support their team. I mentioned it, it's Group B action here, window 1. So there'll be a couple more windows as the next couple of years go on. And we are moments away. And they will play home and away with each team in their group. And it's a group of 4. We mentioned New Zealand and Chinese Taipei are the other teams in this group. So over the course of 3 windows, they will play a home and away for a chance to qualify and represent your country at a FIBA Asia Cup Championships. Well, good evening and welcome to Hong Kong, China. We have Hong Kong, China taking on probably the favorites, the Philippines, as the Philippines win the jump ball. Actually goes out of bounds, so it will be a new shot clock. No one have possession, and now the Philippines with their first opportunity, first possession of the game to get on the board. Thompson gets it back as he hits it up. Nice ball movement and patience. Oh, great patience there by the Philippines as an easy basket for them as Oftana puts them on the board. And a quick shot, no good. Skies for the defensive rebound. Thompson gives it up, but he gets it back. Drive baseline, no good. Good defense there, no room given. As Brownlee goes inside. Oh, the big man flushes it home. Soto with the dunk. Hong Kong now. And that is gonna be a block. Duncan Reed, nowhere to go. Tried the reverse layup. Philippines now get it back. Well, they've scored 2 baskets underneath the basket, and now that time showing their range as the Philippines have jumped out to a 7-0 lead with a minute and 30 played. And just a good job there. Standing straight up is Soto as he forces Yang into a very, very difficult shot. Well, he drew the contact with the body, but as a defender, you ask him to say straight up. Oh, nice give and go, backdoor action. And no surprise, Hong Kong are gonna have to call a timeout as we haven't even had 2 minutes of play and they have already gone down 9 to the Philippines. Let's try and listen into this timeout here. Well, what I love about those statistics that you saw at the bottom of your screen was 4 assists for the Philippines on their 4 made baskets. So not having to use a lot of dribbles to get to the basket. They're shooting from outside, good ball movement, very unselfish ball play here by the Philippines as they have to be happy with how they have started this game. Now Hong Kong, China, see what they can get out of the timeout. As Reed hands it off, Yang. Nowhere to go though. Oh, nice pass underneath, no good though. As the Philippines come up with the rebound. Nice patience, but a turnover. Fast break opportunity. Nice strong move, but the referee says that was good defense, so ball is gonna go back to the Philippines. As you see there, Chu with a missed opportunity at the basket. I like the take as Hong Kong, China jumping back into a zone on this next defensive possession. And no one saw the smallest player on the court, Scotty Thompson, underneath the basket. Unfortunately, he's not able to finish. Reed gets it up. Yang now back inside to Reed. Reed takes his time. Fakes baseline, no good. Offensive rebound, that's rejected by Soto, but he gets it back, and that time, Hong Kong, China get on the board with 3 offensive rebounds in 1 possession. And they fall back into that 2-3 zone again. Well, that's what you give up when you play a zone, but Dwight Ramos, no good there from the three-point line. So Hong Kong now with an opportunity to cut into this lead. Yang penetrates middle. Nowhere to go. And strong take to the basket, and that time Shu is going to go to the free throw line, I believe. Yeah, it's going to be called a shooting foul. And nice body control, takes the contact. Not able to finish, but opportunity to put 2 more points on the board. His first of 2 are good. Shu with his first 2 points of the game. And again, falling back into that zone defense that they went into after that first initial timeout was called. They went down 9-0 to start this game. And 3-point shot off the front of the rim. Hong Kong, China now with an opportunity to push the tempo, but a great job coming back on defense was Justin Brownlow. He's the one who shot that 3-point shot from the corner, but hustled back to give up no easy baskets for Hong Kong, China. But it will stay Hong Kong ball on the baseline. 19 seconds, lots of time in the shot clock. Well, heard it, a little bit of a wet spot. As crew chief Scott Becker heads over to check on it. Says, yep, it's true, a little bit of a wet spot. Let's clean it up. No, we need the bigger floor mop out. Oh, an opportunity for both teams to catch their breath. As it will still stay Hong Kong, China ball on the baseline. As they easily get it in. Wrong. Oh, nice spin move. A little bit of a hang time, no good. They get a block, but it falls back into the hands of a white jersey. Shot's no good. And Philippines now. Well, great strong move there by Dwight Ramos. Duncan Reed looking for someone to get open, finally does, and it's Shu, drives baseline, and that 3-point shot off the front of the rim as Soto comes up with a defensive board, almost turns it over though. Scotty Thompson now has the ball up top, one of the more veteran players. Some fancy no-look passing, but way to take your time, doesn't pay off. As Brownlee, no good. Quick 3-point shot is good though by Luang Shi Wei. And Hong Kong, China now starting to find their rhythm a little bit as they've cut that lead to 4. Soto, the left-hand turnaround hook shot. And nice take, no good is Wang. Soto, shot fakes, spins, doesn't really go anywhere, good defense, can't come up with a rebound. And well, if you give that much time to Justin Brownlee, he is not gonna miss, folks. As the Philippines, they went cold for the last 4 minutes. And that is their first bucket. Nice take, no good. As both teams look like they're getting a little tired. I won't be surprised if some substitutions happen on the next dead ball. And a nice strong take there by Oliver Shu. Well, I agree, since that last little water spot, well, now here the ball goes out of bounds. So no surprise, some substitutions happening for both teams. And also a timeout by the Philippines. This might be a strategic timeout by the coach as well. Well, he does have the ball underneath the basket, and there's 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Well, let's try and listen in.
Just got to be more solid, fellas. All right, we're trying to make great passes. Yeah, we move the ball. Let's make sure we're making passes to each other that are solid, huh? All right, okay. Every time we make a turnover, they've come down and got transition on us. All right, Kai, you've done a good job of hustling down and getting rebounds off that. But we're having problems getting that initial stop. All right. All right. All right, let's go into a 1-3-1 now. And CJ, Justin in the middle. All right, Dwight, and Ty. All right. All right, keep flashing to the middle. Get sealed.
Well, you heard Coach there, not too happy with turnovers, because he says turnovers are leading to fast break and transition opportunities for Hong Kong, China. And Hong Kong, China staying in that zone. They started this first quarter, first few possessions in man-to-man defense. And then it's, well, really, the Philippines scored 4 times. And strong take, no good. I believe that was by Malonzo. Yuan, fake the dribble handoff. Reed now, left open. His three-point shot is no good, though. Newsom reverses it. Oh, nice shot fake, little sidestep. Oh, basket's no good, though, as it goes off the front of the iron. This time they go inside to Reed. And he goes up against the taller Soto, takes his time, takes the contact, can't finish. Defensive rebound by Newsom. As he is just left wide open. No one even picked up the ball on that last possession. And that three-point shot is also off the rim. So both these teams going a little cold here in the second part of this first half. First quarter, excuse me. Oh, Soto was open, and Reed with the attempted block shot makes a lot of contact, so it's going to put Soto to the free throw line. As he started the quarter, and he has not come out yet. Kai Zachary Soto, 2 points already to go along with 6 rebounds. And first of 2 is no good. But he makes the second. He's the tallest player on both of these teams. 2 meters 18, or 7'2". was on that team that played at last year's FIBA Basketball World Cup. Limited minutes, limited playing time, but he is still young, 20 years old last year, 21 now. And they go under an on-ball screen, and Long says, nope, can't do that against me. As Hong Kong, China, chipping away at this lead. Both teams, I mentioned it, went a little cold for a while. And how about that response, though? That is Jamie Malonzo. And that's a tough contested jump shot. Well, you leave him open, he's gonna make you pay. CJ Perez, one of the veterans as well, leaders on this team, was on that World Cup team for them. Penetration kick, the response no good. Philippines now could have 2 possessions if they attack fast here, and they do. Well, he just made one, no good, but there for the rebound is Aguilar. And I'm sure Hong Kong, China want to use as much of the shot clock to not give the ball back with too much time to the Philippines. Strong penetration, kicks out to Reed. Reed, no good, gets his offensive rebound, and it will stay Hong Kong, China ball. So they have 14 seconds on the shot clock, and there's 14.1 seconds left on the game clock. So smart thing to do would be to hold the ball and try and get a good shot at the end of this quarter and not give the ball back to the Philippines, as they have gone on a little bit of a run since they made some substitutions the last couple minutes of this first quarter. And exactly what they're doing. Oliver Hsu, he's gonna hold it. Gets a pick from Reed. Nice shot fake, almost a foul. And oh, how about that 3-point shot to finish the first quarter for Hong Kong, China? And that was Long Shi-wei, number 6. And a nice first quarter from that man, as Hong Kong, China still trailing, but it has been a game of runs. Philippines are up 15-23 over Hong Kong, China at the end of 10 minutes here. And here you see some statistics. Only 14%, 2 of 14 from 2-point range. They're 3 of 8, compared to the Philippines, 42% and 57% from 3-point range. And it was almost their 3-point shooter by that man right there. You see him, number 6 on your screen. And it's Long Shi-wei, who has played really well for Hong Kong, China, as he has 9 points. So well more than half of his team's points, as they only have 15. So without him, you wonder what they would be doing, where they would be trailing. They cut the lead. They started 9-0, Hong Kong, China, and then they slowly came back, and they went on a little bit of a 4-0 scoring run. And then just those last couple of minutes, you saw the Philippines, they had it down. Hong Kong, China had it down to a 1-possession game. And then unfortunately, just were not able to get some good, easy baskets, and it opened up some nice 3-point shooting by the Philippines, and that's where you saw them all of a sudden jump out to a 23-point first quarter. As we see some highlights. From this first 10 minutes of play. Well, don't forget, there it is, the Courtside 8091 app. Take a photo of that QR code and download your app. You can watch all of these games being played all over the world, in Asia, Europe, the Americas. To follow all of these windows. It's a Continental Cup Championships, qualifiers, excuse me. Well, second quarter action, Hong Kong, China start with the ball. They are trailing by 8. It's a strong take, and that's a nice friendly roll there by Ricky Yang. And they stayed in this zone the last 8 minutes of the first quarter. And no reason to change if they think it's the best defense. They did give up a 9-0 start in man-to-man defense as Duncan Reed takes his time, no good, front rim, long defensive rebound, could lead to an easy basket. Well, nice penetration and kick, takes his time is Malonzo, but that three-point shot no good, so Hong Kong, China now. Taking their time, losing a little bit of the clock, sharing the ball, and lost the ball, but gets the ball back is Yuang. It's all about chipping away at leads, trying to slow down this Filipino team. And 3-on-1. Oh, what a block by Newsom, though. Missed opportunity there for Hong Kong, China, I think. Look at this. It was a 3-on-1. It became a 3-on-2. And nice timing there by Chris Newsom as he gets the block. Ball stays Hong Kong, China as they get it in. Penetration kick, no good. Reed gets it underneath. Ooh, spin move baseline. Takes the contact, can't finish, but he's gonna earn himself a trip to the free throw line. Nice footwork and balance. That shot off the front of the rim. Again, another player for Hong Kong, China who's putting in some big minutes already is Duncan Reed, number 33, excuse me. Makes the second of 2. Every time Hong Kong, China cuts into that lead, makes it a one-possession game, the Philippines have a response, as we just saw there. Well, they get it back into Reed. Spin move worked the last time. Shot clock, though. Shot fake. The hot hand from the first quarter stays hot to start this second quarter as he has 12 points now. Lung Shu Wei. And they get a stop that time down. And now with their first opportunity to take the lead, and they're gonna earn themselves a trip to the free throw line, so they'll have to earn the points this time. Could have taken the lead with a three-point shot, but they didn't, but they're gonna go to the free throw line so they can tie the game for the first time since this game started. As we see Oliver Hsu going to the free throw line. I think he took about 3 fouls there from 3 different players. And it's a tie game, folks, here in Hong Kong, China, for the first time since this game started. So great job just chipping away and staying with it. A lot of it has to do with this 2-3 zone that they have decided to go and play, sort of baiting the Philippines into taking outside shots that are more contested. And that's going to be the 6th turnover for the Philippines. As you see, 0 turnovers there for Hong Kong, China. Little handoff flare action, no good. Nice little move, though. Well, ball back to the Philippines. So a nice little set though. Got an open look for Hong Kong, China. As Ricky Yang checking back into the game. You saw there, number 10 for white. Newsom kicks it around. He gets it back. Shot fake. Goes down the heart of the key. Finds the shooter in the corner. And nice patience there as Malonzo is the recipient of that penetration. And another 2-point bucket for him. Yang has it up top. Lots of time on the shot clock. He stops, pops, 3-point shot from rim. Newsom with the defensive rebound, trying to push the tempo for the Philippines. And how about that quick ball reversal? No good, but a foul on the penetration. As CJ Perez, good job attacking the closeout aggressively there and not settling for that outside jump shot or 3-point shot. Oh, how about that? No look pass. Great high-low action there by the Philippines. Tamayo there, the recipient of the good passing. Thought he maybe would have cracked a smile, but no. Fans loved it. And that might be the first miss by Young in this game. No good. Yang gets his own rebound. Extra pass to Reed. Reed, spin move. Oh, great take. Nice strong finish there by Duncan Reed. As it's a 1-possession game again. And that time, no good. And there's the trailer. Oh, how about that? That is the first lead for Hong Kong, China. Out of their transition offense. Nice awareness there. As Young now on the score sheet. And China not shooting great in the first quarter, but they have really found their rhythm, especially their outside shots to start this second quarter. No good. Offensive rebound, though, is Kwambeo. And here, ball reversal. Yang, shot fake. Oh, step back, nope. Gets it back. And that's gonna be a shot clock violation, so good scramble recovery defense there by the Philippines. Maybe Hong Kong, China being a little bit too passive and gave up some good open looks as Duncan Reed, I believe, getting his first break of this half with 4 minutes left to play. As you saw, I think it was number 37, Choi Hong Tak checking into the game for Duncan Reed. They're staying in that zone. A little bit of a hot potato there. Shot's no good. As Brownlee misses that, easy 2-point bucket. Pick and pop in the transition. That shot's no good. Well, penetration off the mark. Quimbeo. Well, Yang wanted the foul. I thought it was a good aggressive take. And the referee on the baseline said it was all ball, though. He was moving his feet. And then a reach-in foul is going to go against Hong Kong, China. Maybe a little bit of a frustration foul, you could say. So ball will stay with the Philippines. A couple teams now, a couple players coming in, and as you see, CJ Perez going to the bench. His was actually born here in Hong Kong. So he's excited to come back and play where he was born. He moved back when he was young, though. His mother is from the Philippines. Well, shot clock's at 10. They got the ball back, almost gave it up there, as turnovers have been an issue a little bit for the Philippines. Got to be aware of the shot clock. They don't want to be too patient here. And left wide open, but no good. I don't think it touched the rim either. No, it didn't. So that's going to be another turnover and a shot clock violation for the Philippines. So ball back to Hong Kong. Another opportunity for them to take the lead, as you feel like the Philippines has maybe outperformed a little bit offensively, but it's not showing up on the stat sheet or in the score because of all their turnovers. And there, an uncharacteristic turnover by Hong Kong, China. And that leads to a trip to the free throw line, as we're gonna see Justin Brownlee go to the free throw line. It's the third turnover for Hong Kong, China. They also had a shot clock violation, which counts on the statistics as a turnover. 7 turnovers for the Philippines. When they don't turn the ball over, they're shooting the ball pretty well, 40% from three-point range, so you can't complain about that if you're a coach. They do have 6 offensive rebounds as well. And Hong Kong, China, they're 38% from three-point range in this first half. Oh, they had an opportunity to take the lead again, but now they're going to go back down on their end offensively, down 3. Shot fake, oh. I think he got everyone off his feet and not able to finish, but there for the offensive putback, though, is Choi, excuse me. And little hang time and a floater by Brownlee, getting into the heart of that 2-3 defense. Yang, his shot front iron. And Soto, almost with the alley-oop dunk, gets his own rebound and flushes that one home, though. And I think there's a timeout call by Hong Kong, China after that play. Maybe wants to quieten these Filipino fans down a little bit. You can hear them screaming in the background as they like that last action by Kay Soto. Well, let's listen in, but don't forget to scan that QR code and get the Courtside 1891 app.
Okay, let's go. 1、2、3， 可以食一下包啊！
Well, that's gonna have to be a highlight, easy highlight from the first half here. Wasn't able to flush home the original pass, but got his own offensive rebound and easily flushes it home. One hand was number 11 there from the Philippines. Kai Zachary Soto, 5 points, already 8 rebounds in this game. And that 3-point shot, so a great timeout there by Coach Chu of Hong Kong, China. Not sure that's a play he wrote up. But So there, able to knock down the 3-point shot, cut into that lead. But just going down the heart of that zone is Justin Brownlee. And that's going to have to be a point of emphasis, I imagine, for the coaching staff of Hong Kong, China. As we've seen Brownlee, he's missed a couple, but he's definitely made a few that exact same action. And that shot front iron. Philippines now go inside to Soto. Soto, he just catches, turns around quickly, and not much you can do as a defensive player if you're sitting behind the big man. So he's going to go to the free throw line. 21-year-old Soto. I think it's a name we're going to be hearing for a long time. Kai Zachary Soto for the Philippines. He's only 21 years of age. Plays professionally for the Hiroshima Dragonflies in Japan. Mentioned it, he was there on that World Cup team. I would say he played limited minutes compared to what we are seeing him play here today. He averaged 6 points a game, 4 rebounds a game. Obviously did all of the youth tournaments. He was there at the U19 World Cup, as well as U17 back in 2019, 2018, respectively. Well, Hong Kong, China, there's 45 seconds away here from halftime. They're down 6. It has been a back and forth game. Philippines always with a little bit of control as Duncan Reed is back into the game. That is a tough, tough shot. No good. So the Philippines now would want to try and go in to the locker room at halftime. Up more than 6. Can they, though? As, again, nice patience. Now almost a turnover. No good. And pretty good defense there as Thompson had to put up a really tough shot. So they've got 10 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to pull it out, try and get a good look. Cut into this lead at half. You hear the crowd counting down. Soto almost with the block, but great job protecting the ball and getting all the way to the basket is that man. Number 10, I believe. No, it wasn't number 10, excuse me. Well, what a way to finish the first half. As Hong Kong, China, they're still trailing the Philippines 37-41. They cut into that lead. They took the lead a couple times in that second quarter. Philippines always with a little bit of an advantage. And a lot of that, I think, had to do with turnovers, maybe more turnovers than coach really wanted in this first half. Because when they don't turn the ball over, they have pretty good looks. Hong Kong, China, they spent about 18 minutes in a 2-3 zone. There you see the shooting percentages. 28% and 38% from 3 for Hong Kong, China, compared to the Philippines. So they're not shooting as well, but they're getting good looks. And there you see Philippines out rebounding Hong Kong, China. Brownlee kept cutting to the basket in the heart of that zone, down the middle there, 9 points. And obviously the hot shooting by number 6, Long Xiu Wei, as he was on fire from three-point range, really kept his team in the game, especially in that first quarter. As he has 12 points, 4 of 6 from the three-point range. To go along with number 24, Oliver Chu, I believe it was him, sorry, who scored that last basket. He has 8 points. And there you see the top three-point shooting as we get to enjoy some highlights. I mentioned turnovers quickly. Philippines with 7 turnovers compared to just 3 for Hong Kong, China. And when they took care of the ball, the Philippines had very, very good looks. They were very patient. They did a good job offensive rebounding as well. They have 7 offensive rebounds to give themselves more opportunities as they are up 4. As we get to enjoy highlights of this first half. And if you're a basketball fan and follow at least the Asia Cup, Philippines, you know, they've had a little bit more success than Hong Kong, China. Hong Kong, China, their last appearance was back in 2015 at an Asia Cup Championship. So they want to get back there and they want to prove that they belong. And a win here today in Hong Kong, China would definitely put them in a better seat. But they've still got 20 more minutes. They need to figure out how to get a win over a Philippines team that is ranked a lot higher than them. The Philippines are ranked 38th in the world compared to Hong Kong, China, 119th. And let's not forget, back in 2015, the Philippines were silver medalists at the Asia Cup. Can they get back to that same kind of a level? Well, it is halftime here in Hong Kong, China. We will be back shortly. Don't go far because we got a game for you.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they'd do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
And the fair zone! And that time the threat of the three-pointer and having to guard everybody, the movement was perfect. Look at Paul Baker now. His ball handling. Juan Walker gives it back to Baker. Wow. Tries to hit every dunk so hard. Look, they got to hurry. They're going to get the three. Good. Gets blocked. Elgarowitz has the basketball. Lebanon has shot China. Unbelievable. Will New Zealand be content to let some time go? No, he's going to go in. Oh, he does it. Goodness me. What has Lynn Cameron not done at this FIBA Asia Cup? Here he goes again, Araxi. But then he turns it up. Nope, almost. Yes, he does indeed. And now they pass it up. Here comes Abu Hawass. Oh, he gets blocked by Ali. Whoa! What a sensational swat. Well, Maker back in the game. As the D goes up, he gets blocked by Pender. Wow. That is a big block.
For me, that's the best block of the tournament.
The hero of this tournament overall has been Araxi. Here he goes. Puts it up and in. Jordan still have time with 11.8 seconds remaining. Coming up on the 1 minute mark here. And Dwight goes in, and boy, does he put the Saudi on the poster. You feel kind of bad for Al-Hawsawi, maybe a bit naive.
He'll be having nightmares for weeks on that one.
This is not to pick up a third foul. Freddie, he was going in for a dunk.
That's great defense, leading to fast break offense.
2-point game, Zenabas. It might be a three anyway. Abraham. Oh! You are kidding! You cannot believe it! It is stunning! Stunning save in Jakarta! Freddie Abraham, steady Freddie, has finally stood up to be counted. Incredible! These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Well, if you're just tuning in, it is halftime here in Hong Kong, China. There we see some of Justin Brownlee's highlights as he is the top scorer from the Philippines. And he definitely got into the heart of the key, especially against that zone defense by Hong Kong, China. And he made them pay when he got in there. Philippines, for those of you just tuning in, they jumped out to a 9-0 lead, and you thought it was going to end up being a blowout, but a little bit of a defensive changeup by Hong Kong, China kept them in the game, and they also found their touch. And a lot of it has to do with that man, number 6, Wang Xiu Wei. He was 4 of 6, and a big reason that they didn't go down a lot, especially in the first quarter, as he had 9 points in the first quarter and let his teammates find their rhythm and got them open, and good shots in the second quarter. And that's where you see the Philippines only only up by 4, because after the nice first quarter by that man, his teammates also found their rhythm offensively, and that was actually the last bucket. That last 3 was the bucket at the end of the first quarter. As we see some more of his highlights, he was actually left open a couple other times, and he missed one and looked right on. So a good job there by him is, in my opinion, a big reason why they're still in it. Well, it is the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers here in Hong Kong, China, and it is window number 1. This is Group B action, and they are also in Group B with Chinese Taipei and New Zealand. And New Zealand, that game just actually ended not too long ago. New Zealand beating Chinese Taipei 89-69. As you see the leaders for the Philippines, Brownlee 9 points, Ramos 4 assists, and Soto 8 rebounds, as well as a couple blocks for the young big man. And this is window number 1. And there will be window number 2 of the qualifiers will be in November of this year. And then window number 3 will be in February of next year. As we see both teams now back on the court, warming up. It is halftime here, and a lot of fans. There's a lot of Filipino fans out to see the Gilas play. We know that they love and they follow this team and the national team. They definitely love basketball in the Philippines, that is for sure. Well, it's all smiles. They're only trailing by 4. And I'm not sure a lot of people going into this game would have thought that Hong Kong, China would be trailing by 4 at half, as you see Reng, 12 points, Yang, 3 assists, and Yuan, 5 rebounds. The game leaders for Hong Kong, China. And I mentioned it earlier, but if you're just tuning in, Hong Kong, China, they have not played in an Asia Cup championship since 2015. That was actually back when the Philippines were silver medalists at that event. So they want to get back there, and they think that they have a team who can do that. And now with these windows that FIBA has implemented, you know, gives you more time with your national team and helps the national teams to progress and continue to grow, maybe for some of these smaller countries even more so. With this opportunity, you can evaluate, you have more time with your national teams, because if you miss out on an Asia Cup, for example, then you're missing out for a few years because you're also not qualifying for an Olympics or qualifying for a World Cup. So now with these windows, really for smaller countries, smaller nations, gives them an opportunity to work and try and, you know, one, make basketball popular and more people playing it, and two, those who do play it, an opportunity and more time with your national team. And I think it's showing here because they're only trailing by 4. And me personally, I would not have said I thought Hong Kong, China would only be trailing by 4 to the Philippines. And the Philippines, they just have that much more experience than them. They've been medalists at Asia Cups. They were there in 2023 at the World Cup. They hosted it also, and 2019 as well. So this is a country with a little bit more experience and a little bit more height. But Hong Kong, China not backing down. And we've seen it here in the first 10 minutes, 20 minutes of this game, as Brownlee getting up a few last-minute shots there before heading into the huddle. Obviously, Jordan Clarkson not with this Philippines team. He was the big name last summer for them. If I'm not mistaken, I think he averaged 26 points a game at the World Cup. Coaches giving some last-minute information before the second half. Well, there's the Asia Cup qualifiers. You can go ahead and scan that QR code and download the app to get highlights, scores, stats, news as well. Anything interesting about the Asia Cup qualifiers. Mentioned it earlier. New Zealand beating Chinese Taipei just a few moments ago. And those two teams are in this group. And I always think it's so important, window 1, game day 1, to try and come away with a win. If not, always makes things a little bit more complicated. Welcome back. Half time is over here in Hong Kong, China, as Sotu quickly gets the ball underneath for the Philippines, and he draws a foul, and the fans thought it was a lot of ball. But pretty easy call for the referee there on the baseline. And we saw Hong Kong, China. I talked about it, but if you're just tuning in, they started in player-to-player, man-to-man defense, and Philippines jumped out to a 9-0 lead. They were 4 for 4 from the field, including 4 assists, so it was just passing and easy open looks. And then they jumped into a 2-3 zone, which they stayed in until halftime. So I'm sure a big emphasis for Coach Tim Cone and the Philippines at halftime was, okay, how can we get easy looks and easy shots around the rim for his team against a 2-3 zone? As Reed, nice spin move, a little hang time there, and open three-point shot hits nothing. So good patience by Hong Kong, China, but they just can't finish. Oh, how about that block, though, by Reed? As now they get the ball back. And three-point shot in the corner, no good. So they started this half with 2 3-point attempts. And I believe that was Oliver Hsu from the corner. And another turnover. If you're just tuning in, turnovers was definitely an issue for the Philippines as Dwight Ramos threw the ball out of bounds. Ball reversal, gets it into the hands of Shu. He gets it up to Reed. Reed is left open. His shot is short. A lot of short misses here. Not sure if that's a sign of tired legs, as both these teams got together about a week ago to start training for these games. As obviously everyone is also playing professionally. There's a little pause in the professional competition system. And the ball is going to stay on this end of the court. Shot clock, though, is at 13. And they get it in easily. No hesitation. And dump off. Finds Reed, no good. He kicks it out. They're gonna have to put a shot up soon. Shu goes all the way to the backboard. I think that's gonna be called a goaltending. So great job, nice penetration there by him. And he will be awarded 2 points on that play. And shooting percentages. Oh. Brownlee was attacking the basket in the first quarter, in the first half. His first shot of the second half is a three-point shot. That could be a dangerous sign if you're a Hong Kong China fan. And a little hesitation, penetration is Yang. He thought he was fouled, but no good. It's going to be a turnover. This leads to an open three-point shot. And they got lucky, though, as the Philippines are going to get the ball back because it went off the hands of Oliver Shu. And not sure what happened there. I think it was Thompson inbounding the ball and wasn't able to get his 2 feet in before he touched the ball. So Hong Kong ball. Backdoor, no good. Yang gets it up. And Shu from the corner. Can't score. So again, settling for a lot of outside shots is Hong Kong China. And nice penetration and kick, but no good there was Oftana, number 18 for the Philippines. Well, I was about to say finally, as that ball was halfway in and then popped back out. So again, they're sticking around as neither team shooting the ball very well right now. Soto just catches. I think he was trying to get fouled. And maybe instead of taking his time, squaring up, making a move down low, he missed an easy bucket. But he was fouled on the defensive rebound, I thought. Oh no, they're gonna say he was fouled on the shot. I thought it was on the floor after the shot. And I believe the foul is going against number 37, Choi Hong Tak. Second team foul for Hong Kong China. And make that 2 of 2 for the big man. And already a double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds. He had 8 rebounds at the half. Reed fakes the handoff, goes against the taller Soto. And nice use of the body and hook shot there to not get blocked. Thompson to the corner. He gets it back in the middle of the key. Nice little left-handed finish. to Shu. Shu, shot fake, defender flies. Oh, is just not able to convert the pull-up jump shot. And now Philippines, how about this? 2 passes, and they're all the way down the court, and that's going to be an and one. And another foul going against Chui. Two passes, that ball was already down the other end of the court, and there was about 2 or 3 seconds taken off the shot clock. So a great rebound, defensive rebound and heads up play. Found a quick outlet, and then another pass to Oftana, who makes it a 3-point play. Philippines come out, nice start to this third quarter. A little bit more energy defensively, but also offensively. You see them a little bit more active than they maybe started the game, or played the first half, I should say. Yang, nowhere to go, a little shake and bake. That's good defense by Thompson. Oh, somehow Reed comes up with it. And I believe it was a pass from Yang to Reed. As they cut the lead to 10. And Thompson turns it over. Reed, outlet, 2-on-1. And nice hesitation, little bit of a shot fake. Gets Dwight Ramos off his feet. So Yuang, Shui Hong, I believe it was, yeah there was, number 14 is gonna go to the free throw line. And that's first team foul for the Philippines. And good defense coming up with the steal. Leads to an easy 2-on-1 opportunity and a foul. Coaches always say best way to get back into the game is draw fouls and get to the free throw line. Make that 2 of 2. And Thompson got the ball, found Brownlee open, no good. Offensive rebound though. And Ramos with some fancy dribbling there and a nice little move. Finish as he adds to the team and his total as well. And a turnover. Got a fast break. And nice run, 2-on-1 as Brownlee is the recipient from a pass from Ramos. And now Hong Kong, China, they want to talk about it, as they were down 4 at half, and now they are trailing by 12 with just over 4 minutes left to play. Let's try and listen in. Oh, can't hear the timeout. Sorry about that, but there you see the shooting and assists, and a big difference between the two teams. Hong Kong, China having to do a lot to create their own shots, as they only have 5 assists in this game. When you compare that to Philippines, they have 20 already. They have 21 made field goals, and on those 21 made field goals, they have 20 assists. So really a team that's penetrating, making the extra pass, trying to find the better shot and the easier shot, or the more higher percentage shot, and that is an example of all of the assists they have. And like I mentioned, at Hong Kong, China, they're just having to spend a lot of their own energy trying to create their own shots, as this is the first 3-point attempt by that man, number 6, Nung. He was their top scorer. He had 12 points in the first half. And Hong Kong, China, they've just gone cold. They started the game kind of cold, though, as Dwight Ramos just adding to the point total here for the Philippines. Nice fakes. Long gave it up. Reed has to penetrate and try and put it up. He does, but basket's no good. Soto just adding to his rebounding total. And a foul, dribbling foul. It's going to be on the ground. And you wonder there, number 6, he kind of gave up an open look. And he had the hot hand in the first half. Maybe after missing a couple shots, he doesn't want to shoot as much. And I think sometimes Hong Kong, China, they give up open looks and actually end up having to take a harder shot, or a more contested shot, I should say, than what was originally open, as the Philippines making some substitutions. As we see number 13, Jamie Malonzo checking into the game. Oh, I'm not sure Coach drew that up or they talked about that before, but just throw it up to the big man and he'll put it home. And that's exactly what happened on that last highlight play. And Soto having a big game here for the Philippines. And, well, it's going to be an over and back call. Ball is going to be all the way down on the other end, though, because they didn't touch it. So, 22 assists. They do have 11 turnovers, which is quite a bit considering we still have 12 minutes left to play in this game. But if you are the coach of the Philippines, you have to be happy with how well your team has been sharing the ball and also creating for each other. As that shot's no good, and really Hong Kong, China just having trouble to score here in this second half, this third quarter. As you see the field goals this quarter, they're only 3 of 13. And that shot back rim. As White now with a chance. And they just turn the ball over. And Malonzo gets wrapped up in the hands of Yang. I think he wanted to foul. Smart foul, because it would have been an opportunity, probably an easy opportunity, maybe even a highlight play. And they're actually going to call it an unsportsmanlike foul, saying that he didn't make a play on the ball, though. So number 13, Jamie Malonzo goes to the line for 2, and the Philippines will also get the ball back. A big third quarter for the Philippines. They were up 4. And Patience leads to a shot in the short corner, is no good though. So Hong Kong, it's been a while since they have scored, and that is not a score, that's a turnover, which leads an easy basket for Chris Newsom. And a blocking foul is going to be called, so finally Hong Kong, China, they can stop the bleeding a little bit and get to the free throw line, gather themselves. As I think it was Oliver Chu there with the aggressive take in transition. And here's that last 2-point basket by the Philippines. Chris Newsom, easy 2-point basket for him. And good game by Oliver Chu, one of 2 players, I believe it is, for Hong Kong, China in double digits. And that's his 11th point here today. Hong Kong, China. They had a good second quarter, scored 22 points. They only have 9 points in this quarter compared to 24 for the Philippines. As you see, Chu's shooting percentage, excuse me. Oh, nice block by Reed. Gonna say some fancy ball handling there by Justin Brownlee, but Reed is able to recover. Thompson finds a shooter in the corner, and that shot rolls in. As Malonzo adding to this tally for the Philippines, and another turnover going against Hong Kong, China. They had 3 turnovers, I believe it was at half. And now they already have 5 in this quarter. And I mentioned it, if you're just tuning in now, I thought that the Philippines really, to start this third quarter, picked up their energy, their aggressiveness, especially defensively, and it's got them some lot more easy looks as Chris Newsom joining the three-point shooting. Oh, there you see the three-point shooting for the Philippines by quarter. And they're gonna use the game clock and the shot clock. Oh, what a block though by Scotty Thompson. I think there's 0.4 seconds, I'm not quite sure. Oh no, sorry, there's 0.4 seconds, but it's actually a shot clock violation. So I think the ball will go back to the Philippines. You know, if that's the case, put Soto down on the other end of the floor and just throw it up to him. Well, they're talking about it. I think it was a shot clock violation. Well, for sure the ball didn't hit the rim. We're gonna have a review though. As the chief crew there, Scott Becker is gonna figure it out for us. Scotty Thompson with the big block. Ball definitely went out of bounds on Scotty Thompson, but I think it should be a shot clock violation. So then the ball would be given to the Philippines, or there's possibly 0.1 seconds remaining. Well, the referees want to make sure they get it right. And so it's going to stay. So they're saying that the shot clock had not run out yet. Let's take a look here. There we go, that's better. Well, Scotty Thompson with the big block, and it hit out of bounds. Yeah, it looked like there was about 1 second left on the 1 second left on the shot clock. So then I think there's about 1.5 seconds left on the actual game clock. Either way, they're gonna have to, Hong Kong, China, they're gonna have to throw it in, more or less probably an alley-oop type shot to get it off in time. And it would be great if they could get a score here to finish this third quarter, because it has been a struggle for them. They are outscored 21 in this quarter so far. It was a 4-point game at halftime. I think they're just trying to coordinate the shot clock with the game clock. It's the end of the third quarter. There's about 1 second on the shot clock and about 1.5 seconds. And we saw it before the game, but if you're just tuning in, I think there's more Filipino basketball fans here following this Gilas team, Gilas Filipinas, than there are actually fans for the home team, Hong Kong, China. So we do know that the Philippines and that incredible story that they had last summer at the FIBA World Cup, where they had an attendance record. It was in the I think it was 23,000. Oh, they're still trying to figure out the shot clock and the game clock. Oh, there you is. There you is. There it is. We got 1 second on the game clock, a 1 second catch, shoot, turnaround, and no good. So it took a while to finish that third quarter, that 1 second. But we have a tough shooting quarter for Hong Kong, China, as we see them trailing now 46-71 at the end of 30 minutes here in Hong Kong, China to the Philippines. And what do they need to do differently? I think they need to find ways to score and get to the basket, because their shooting percentage, you know, you can't win a game against a good team shooting 30% from 2-point range. Even 26% from 3-point range is kind of low. They're decent from the free throw line, so if they can maybe be a little bit more aggressive and try and get to the basket, you know, give themselves a chance to stop the clock and also put some points on the board, might be the best way for them to get into this. But a lot of these highlights from this third quarter, there, see Duncan Reed doing a good job using his body, shooting over the bigger Soto, but they are really going to be highlights from the Philippines as they just came out. They outscored Hong Kong, China 9-30 in that quarter alone. Hong Kong, China were only trailing at 4, and I mentioned it to start the third quarter. It felt like the Philippines had a little bit more energy, intensity, intention in their play offensively and defensively, and especially defensively, which led to some easy baskets. Here you see a couple fast break baskets, and they were missing those in the first half, and they came out with a different energy, and you're seeing the results of it now. As quickly pull out your phone and scan that QR code to get the Courtside 1891 app, and you can watch all the games being played all over the world right now, as we are here for the Asia Cup qualifiers, but the European qualifiers are happening, as well as the Americas and the Africas. And it is fourth quarter action underway here in Hong Kong, China. Hong Kong, China taking on the Philippines. They are trailing big, though, unfortunately, as you see who is on the court for Hong Kong, China as they start with the ball. And I mentioned it in the third quarter. I thought they gave up some good shots. I liked the patience, but then they kind of had a tough shot. Shot clock winding down, and he has to let it go, and that one is off the mark. So ball back to the Philippines. As you see who's on the court for the Philippines as well. And Soto is not on the court. Kai Zachary Soto's had a big game, and I think he should be in some of the highlight reels of this game. Yes, penetration kick, baseline shot, no good. Reed there for the rebound. And again, Hong Kong taking their time. And depending on how this group goes, so there's 6 groups in the Asian Cup qualifiers, 4 teams in each group, I believe it is. And this is Group B. There's also Chinese Taipei along with New Zealand. New Zealand winning earlier tonight over Chinese Taipei. Both these teams will play again February 25th. And Hong Kong, China, they haven't been at an Asia Cup Championships. Nice defense there. Since 2015, so obviously they want to get back at that level. Number 6 with the ball. Yuang had a big first half for them, especially first quarter. 9 points in the first quarter, went cold in that third, and nice passing leads to an easy bucket. An unselfish play there. I talked about the unselfish play all night long from this Philippines team. They have over 20 assists at the end of the first. Look at that, 26 assists compared to only 15. And finally, Hong Kong, China find the bottom of the net. Oh, tough shot, no good. So Hong Kong, China with an opportunity to cut into this lead. And make that 6 consecutive points for Hong Kong, China. And they had a tough time shooting the three, shooting the ball in general, especially in the third quarter. They started slow in the first, they had a good second, and then the third, they did not find any easy looks. The response, no good. And now, could this be a 9-0 lead for Hong Kong, China to start the fourth quarter? A little hesitation, they get it into Reed. Reed takes his time. Well, it's an 8-0 lead. And great start by Hong Kong, China. Just when you thought they were maybe out of it. Okay, I know they're down 19, but look at that, 8-0 run in last minute and 20 seconds. And nice high release there. I think it was Aguilar. Well, ball's gonna stay Hong Kong, China. This is window 1 of the Asia Cup qualifiers. As they get the ball in. Penetration kick, no good. A foul's gonna be called though. So shot clock will be reset to 14, and it will stay. Wrong to Reed. He's gonna have to put it up. He does. He hasn't made a 3 tonight. And again, it was a good look. Front rim. All of his 3-point attempts have been front rim. And that shot off the mark, but another offensive rebound. And 2 3-point attempts, no good, but another offensive rebound leads to an easy putback for Newsom. And there you see the offensive rebounds and the number of second chance points. And those offensive rebounds were pretty equal at halftime. I believe they both had 7 offensive rebounds at halftime. Hong Kong, China have 8 now, compared to 16. And you saw that they have 18 points, so they see the points by half. Mentioned it, they only scored, Hong Kong, China only scored 9 points in the third quarter. And another offensive board, and an easy drive to the basket is CJ Perez. And another assist, an unselfish play by the Philippines. It's gonna have to be an assist records. We're gonna have to start looking into it. As you see, 15 assists in the first half, 13 already here in the second. There's still 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to play. Reed, that time it's good. His first three-point basket. As you kind of see on his face, he also says, finally, maybe a little bit too late. But they're gonna have to put together a couple defensive stops if they wanna make this game interesting. And it is just too easy for the Philippines right now. Everyone participating, everyone scoring. Well, Hong Kong, China take a timeout. And I talked about it earlier in the game, as you see the points by quarter, that the Philippines last year when they hosted the World Cup, they actually had an attendance record. And I was mistaken, I thought it was around 26,000, sorry about that. That happened on August 25th of last year. The Philippines hosted the Dominican Republic at the Philippine Arena. And they had 38,115 people. It was the record for an indoor crowd at a basketball game. So I mentioned quickly how, you know, we've seen and heard in this game all the fans from the Philippines enjoying and following and supporting their team. Well, you know that they like basketball, especially if you have 38,115 people show up to a game last year in the Philippines. As we see them here, I think they have outnumbered the Hong Kong fans, to be honest. And out of the timeout, nice aggressive penetration leads to a foul. It will stay. It was Yang. Nice body control, taking the contact. So new shot clock. And ball on the baseline for the team in white, Hong Kong, China. And nice little out of bounds move leads to an easy two-point basket. That was Oliver Hsu. Again, every time the Philippines are patient, usually leads to a good shot, an extra pass. That one in and out, no good, so Hong Kong, China now. And no call, and actually ball to the Philippines. I like the aggressiveness. I think maybe trying to draw the foul a little bit too much, or maybe lost his balance. That was well, I was going to say it was a lot of ball by Tamayo. Maybe a little bit of body contact, not sure. And you saw the turnovers. Yeah, they had 3 turnovers in the first half, and 10 in the second half alone for Hong Kong, China. And Philippines, just a completely different team. They started the game really well, but that was only in the first 2 minutes, and then you kind of felt they a little, you know, maybe nerves, or maybe just taking it a little bit too easy. And clearly coach said something to them at halftime, because they came out and they had a monstrous third quarter, and it has not slowed down here in this fourth quarter either. As Yang, some fancy ball handling. And lots of time on the shot clock, but they're gonna let one fly is no good, and that was Hong. And the way that this Gilas Filipinas team has got out and run and pushed the tempo and had easy looks in transition has been the difference maker here in this second half. As you see his top scorers, Brownlee 14, Soto 13. Love to see Soto maybe back on the court, some highlight dunks by him. He has a double-double already. Guess we won't see him again. Both these teams do play again in 3 days. And that three-point, there he is right there. Number 11, Kai Zachary Soto, enjoying cheering on his teammates. As Hong Kong China gonna call another timeout. So clearly coach not too happy with how his team is finishing this game. And I talked about these windows being a great opportunity for coaches maybe to evaluate some younger players and see who's progressing, and then also get some players that they don't know some valuable minutes. And you know, right now he's gone to both teams gone to their bench a little bit. And you know, you want to see your players compete no matter the score, no matter the time. And imagine, you know, maybe you get some minutes at the end of the game and you do a great job. Your coach will think about putting you in a little bit earlier in the next game. And I mentioned it, both these teams do have a game in 3 days from now. And Hong Kong China, they're trying to get back to the Asia Cup qualifier, to the Asia Cup championships, excuse me. How about that? The Philippines, 32 assists. It's gonna have to be something I look into for you guys. Well, I talked about it. Kai Soto, 13 points and 15 rebounds, and he had that early in the third quarter. He hasn't played much here in the fourth quarter. So all of that work by him has happened in 20 minutes of play. And he has 2 blocks to go along with that, let's not forget. But an opportunity for both coaches now to see some other players get some playing time. And that's what we see here. And a little Hangtown. And nice tip in though. It was number 29. Sorry, 28, excuse me. Kwon Bayo. Well, you see the expression on Yang's face as he says, finally. And miscommunication, no defense there, down low, and an easy 2-point bucket for Brownlee. Well, still a minute left. This Philippines team might be able to crack that 100-point margin. As you see the points by quarter. Big third quarter for them. They had 30. They already have 23 in this fourth quarter. Yang hit one. The last possession down. That one's no good, though. So ball back to the Philippines. Just over 45 seconds. The bench is smiling. They're enjoying it. The bench in blue. And Newsom gets it up. Again, they go into Brownlee. He's had a nice game for them so far. Kick it out. Uftana, though, gets it to the shooter. No good. As Hong Kong China. Well, he hasn't played a lot, but there was no hesitation. Liu there, but number 91. And I can imagine possibly that the Philippines, Gilas Filipinas, are just going to let the clock roll out as no need to score. They're gonna come away with a big, big win on the road in Hong Kong, China. And that is the end of it. Well, it was a good first half, a good 20 minutes for Hong Kong, China, but As the Philippines know, it's a 40-minute game, so the final score is 64-94 here in Hong Kong, China. And there were definitely moments you thought Hong Kong, China had a chance in this game, but not in the second half. There you see the shooting, 52% compared to 34%. And for me, it was really, look at that statistic, 33 assists compared to just 12. 33 assists is incredible. As we see the top scorers, Brownlee 16, Lung 15 for Hong Kong, China. And really, I think player of the game, in my opinion, maybe I'm biased because I saw a nice alley-oop dunk, was number 11, the youngin', the big man, Kai Soto, 13 points, 15 rebounds in 20 minutes of action. As we'll get to see some of the fourth quarter highlights, and it was all about getting defensive stops and getting out and running and having opportunities, 3-on-2, 2-on-1s, sharing the ball and pushing the ball. They got the ball down the court on not so many dribbles, more passes, and Hong Kong, China just missing shots and not really able to set up their defense. As in the first half, we saw, they made a basket, they dropped back into a 2-3 zone, and I think it really affected, or it made the Philippines slow down and maybe play slower than they wanted to. And the second half, it was just a completely different team. They were getting stops, they were defensive rebounding, and they were pushing the tempo. And unfortunately, Hong Kong, China, they just really went cold there in that second half. And a lot of positives, but also a lot you probably need to think about if you're a coach and you're playing again in 3 days, on the road for Hong Kong, China. They only scored 9 points in that third quarter, and that was really the quarter that sort of just, said, okay, we're not going to be able to come back from that, as the Philippines outscored them 30-9 in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, a little bit better. They found a couple of their outside shots. Hong Kong, China, they had 18 points, but the Philippines, again, just a little bit too strong. And everyone, I believe, who played for the Philippines, which is all 12 players, were able to score tonight. So that has to be a great sign if you are a coach and you're thinking about that. As Tim Kone, the Philippines coach, he knows that he can rely on all of his players and not just the veterans or those who have been around. Well, Hong Kong, China, they are trying to qualify for an Asia Cup Championships. The last time they qualified was actually the last time the Philippines medaled at an Asia Cup Championships, and that was back in 2015. The Philippines maybe trying to rebound from a little bit of a disappointing World Cup performance. I talked about the amazing 38,000 sold out arena in fans. But I think, I think the Philippines thought that they were going to do a little bit better. And, well, guess what? They have the support of the fans. There's a lot of people in the gym tonight. We're actually cheering on the Gilas Filipinas. But that is going to be it from us here in Hong Kong, China. There you see game day one, after game day one, the Philippines and New Zealand, both 1-0, Chinese Taipei and Hong Kong, China looking for their first win, possibly on February 25th, as they are 0-1, and Chinese Taipei falling to New Zealand 69-89 earlier in the day, and Hong Kong falling 64-94 to the Philippines at home. Well, thank you for tuning in, and we've got a nice little moment of some excellent games in the next few days for all of you, as all of the Continental Cup qualifiers are happening. So from Hong Kong, China, just a recap, Philippines winning 94-64. Thanks for tuning in, and good night.
Have a good evening.